The Iceborn is Roblox Jailbreak's newest limited time vehicle, being released in the 2024 winter update for the game. This car was locked behind $20 million that we needed to earn as a community, and the car itself actually cost 675,000 cash in-game. That might sound like a lot of money, but trust me, this car was very much well worth it. Now, let's get into the first thing that we needed to talk about, its appearance. Now, doing a quick 360 around the car, you can really see how beautiful this car is. Being a slim and sleek design, this car is definitely worth being called a hypercar in Jailbreak. And the headlights, reminiscent of the successor's headlights, look amazing on this car and definitely belong on it. The side of the car built amazingly, and the back of the car with the rear lights, the fins, the rocket thrusters, and the carbon fiber all built amazingly. Musical Plays did an amazing job when modeling the exterior, and he did just as good of a job on the interior. The interior of the vehicle is also very well designed, having the seats looking very good, to the little assortment of buttons from the dashboard on the side, to the cup holder, which I found very random, and the steering wheel all looking very nice. All of these little details on the car make the car all the more better. But those are just the little details on the car, like the appearance and the interior. Most of you are probably wondering, how does this car perform? What's its top speed? What's its acceleration? How does it brake? And most importantly, is it quote-unquote viable to use on the Jailbreak map? We're going to get into that right now. Now, starting from the back of the garage all the way to the end of the drag strip, the Iceborn is able to show pretty decent launch, but amazing acceleration, with it being comparable to something like the Power 1's acceleration. That's pretty good. And then it also goes above and beyond, reaching 296 on the drag strip, which is also very good for a vehicle, but it's not the top speed, and we're going to have to cheat to actually reach it, which isn't necessarily a good thing. Now you might be asking, how do we cheat? Oh, I'll give you an answer. Rocket fuel. That's simple. So in our run with rocket fuel, the top speed is 330, but I didn't actually reach that speed. I got pretty close because I wanted to see how the car's acceleration performs after speeds of initially 290 miles per hour, which isn't great after those speeds, but anything below that, it is amazing. So this car is honestly pretty strong for a 700k vehicle. But that was just how the car performs with acceleration and its top speed. You're never actually going to realistically get that much solid ground or straightforward runway on the actual map. So we're going to see how this car does on the Jailbreak map to see if it's quote-unquote, again, viable to use. Now keep in mind, I'm not the greatest driver in this game. I'm just a guy who plays Jailbreak to play Jailbreak. But even for a guy who's horrible at driving, this car still performs very well. And you can imagine how good like a tier 5 Amir Uber driver could do on this Jailbreak map. So you can clearly see how like I can bump on stuff, and I can quickly just get back on its feet, accelerate up to top speeds, but then it can't really go surpassing maybe 250. But overall, this car is amazing to drive, feels good, it performs excellent, and overall, I feel like it should be like not a limited time vehicle, but a permanent addition to the game that like everybody can get, like a new player, like all the way in 2025, 32, and 83 could get this and be like, oh yeah, this car is really good, instead of it being locked for 5 days. But that's all besides the point. This car performs very well on the Jailbreak map, and in my personal opinion, I think, again, it's quote-unquote viable to use on the Jailbreak map. You can also see how my PC can't really load into many things whenever I'm recording at high speeds, but even then, this car still does very well. As long as you have that muscle memory of where things are, you could still like drive and like be completely blinded and be like, yeah, this is where I'm going. So it just feels like it's the best experience that you can have in Jailbreak. Maybe it doesn't beat the Power 1 for me, but it definitely is a good vehicle to drive. It feels amazing, and I 10 out of 10 would recommend. You can also see how efficient the brakes are on this car, being able to come to like a complete stop in less than 4 seconds from 270 miles per hour, which is very good for a vehicle that's going to be going that speed pretty often on the map. I also tested this vehicle for handling and maneuverability throughout the cities, and this car isn't the greatest. Maybe I'm just a horrible driver. Tell me in the comments. But I personally think that this car isn't the greatest, but it also is very good in certain scenarios when you're in the city. Like very tight alleyways, kind of struggles, or maybe I just struggle. But then like the way it accelerates is also really good. Like once you like kind of get out of that tight alleyway, you just go launch, fly up ahead. So this car is very good for those things. It's probably better like maybe the Storm Rider whenever that comes out. I'll have to test that out, or other cars, but definitely still a good vehicle for there. There's two last things I want to quickly go over this car, and one of them is that this car actually has a custom startup engine sound and a custom engine sound. Take a listen. And the last thing I want to go over is just that this car has a avalanche effect that you actually get once you reach 120 miles per hour. Leaves a little smoke trail behind, so you can be like, hey, I'm gonna leave you in the snow, not the dust, because dust is mean. Hurts your eyes, you know. I care about your mental health. Or physical health, I really don't know. Yeah. You're welcome. All in all, the Iceborn is going to be a vehicle that is not going to be soon forgotten, and it's going to be a vehicle that I personally am going to use all the time, as it has pretty easy access being at the top of your garage when you open it. At the time of recording this video, cars move around, you know. And, oh, that was a voice crack. Anyways, Happy New Year's. I hope you all enjoyed this video. We'll be doing more of these on jailbreaking in cars, and I can't wait to leave people in the snow, not the dust. Because remember, kids, dust is mean. It'll leave you blind for the rest of your life, and you'll never be able to see the face of your mom and dad when you graduate as they're crying out tears of happiness. Wow, that got dark fast. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.